What's going on, guys? Today we've got some broken welds to fix on this aluminum trailer. Let me show you what I got. The customer brought this into me, busted up the housing. Looks like this is going to be a pretty simple repair. Just got to grind the old welds down, straighten this out a little bit, and weld it back on. Really nothing too crazy. So this is kind of what we're dealing with here. He must have backed into something. I don't really know the full story. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because all we really got to do, clean this up a little bit, straighten this bent area out, and weld this back on there. Now I'm going to start by just finishing up removing all the wires and stuff from inside here because we don't want to melt any of that when we weld this on. Originally I was just thinking that these were butt connectors, but they're actually not. I can feel that one slips inside the other one. So we can slice this open. I think the tape's only on there to make sure that they don't like slip off. There we go. Yep. These ones I'm going to mark with this green tape here. That's going to let me know that these go with these. And the other ones I haven't labeled at all, so I'll know that those go together. So I've got this clamped on the bench now. I'm going to try and get a clamp in here and just kind of pull that down as much as I can. I have these Fireball Tools clamps. They got these handles on the end so that you can actually turn them down some. I don't know if we're really going to be able to get this to move all that much with just that little crank there, but it's worth a shot. I can't fit anything really bigger that I have in there. So that's the first thing I'm going to try. Now if this trailer looks a little familiar, that's because in the last video I did some work on that guy's excavator ripper. He also needs this work done on his trailer too, so kind of works out for me. Now let's see if this is really going to tighten things up or not. Let's see if we can't get this thing to come down a little bit at all. I might have to just end up hammering it down some, which isn't as elegant, but nothing in this world really is. I love using hammers like this. They just like get right into some place that you need to. So I can kind of hold it like that. Oh, she's coming. We're getting better. Uh-huh. Yep. Sure. Okay, new plan. I have an idea. If we can get like a 1-inch wide piece of tube that sticks up enough, then I can get the top of my big clamp on here like that, and then we can start drawing that down. Unless I'm able to just go on the edge. That might help a little bit. It's certainly moving in the right direction. That's a lot better than it was before. So now the issue is pushing on this here caused this to stick out. So if we try and close this down, what is that going to do? There. That's okay. A lot of this work is kind of just trial and error. Keep working at it from a couple different angles until you get it kind of the way you want it. I'm not going to spend an unbelievable amount of time on this, but you know, I want the taillight to sit flush in there. And I want this to mate up to the side of the trailer without too big of a gap. Alright, now let's try that idea with that tube. Well, I got this piece of tube cut up, and that's just going to be able to slide right inside here. Right like that. And then now we can actually get a clamp in there like this, like that, and we can start to draw this down more. Well, here's what we got. I tried to straighten it out the best I could. This corner you can see is like buckled in like that. I can try and pull that out a little bit more, but I might not need to. This might be okay. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like on here. You know what? I can live with that. Now all I got to do is clean these welds up and weld them back on. Well, Well, we're gonna get this clamped on. Clamp over it. Well guys, I threw a clamp on this, made sure that the spacing was the same as it is on the other side over there. So now all that's left to do really is weld it. I've got my Multimatic 220 set up. What are the settings at? 90 on the frequency and 130 on the amps. I'm gonna need more amperage than that. And the balance is set at 75. One thing I did want to mention though is there's a reason why this isn't welded all the way down. The reason why it's only got a couple stitches on the top and on the bottom is so that in an event that you do end up shearing this off like the customer did, it doesn't wreck the whole side of the trailer. So this is like an engineered shear point. This is meant to break off if you do hit something. So I think that's worth mentioning because I feel like a lot of guys would be like, well, we'll just put a full weld there and maybe we'll gusset it and that'll keep it from falling off. Well, it might keep it from falling off, but you'll end up with either the trailer side just completely folding like a taco, or who knows what you'll end up with. Before I do weld it, I am going to hit it with this stainless steel wire brush that I use for aluminum only, just to get the best possible weld I can. This isn't, as I say, it's not a Swiss pocket watch, but you know, you want it to look as nice as it can be. As long as it doesn't take much extra time or much extra work, why wouldn't you? I've got a number 4 cup here. I like using the smaller cups on aluminum. I feel like it's easier to control the arc that way. This would be a great job for a spool gun, but I don't have one yet. I will be getting one soon, but for now I'm just going to take it till I get that spool gun. Well guys, here she is all welded on. You know, not the prettiest welds in the world at all. I actually really struggled with this one. Vertical aluminum is kind of tricky. I really wish I would have had a spool gun for this job because that would have made it so much easier, but I had to like crawl on my side and like, you know, it was just a pain to get to. Now I'm just making excuses for myself, but you know, not terrible. Not the best thing anyone's ever done. But it'll hold, and the customer really just doesn't care. He just wants it back on there, so I'm cool with that. That's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to hook those wires back up, and that's going to be about it. If you like the video, make sure to comment and subscribe to follow along to see what I'm going to be doing next on the channel. And if you didn't like the video, go watch this one. I'm sure it'll be way better. I guarantee that you might like it. And with that being said, adios.